Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in South Cape, being joined with the trainer of Brandon Rios and many other fighters, Mr. Robert Garcia. And Robert, Brandon, of course, having the rematch that everybody's excited about with Mike Alvarado. Just you in general, though, what's your thoughts on rematches in regards to your fighters?
Well, as we've always seen, rematches seem to not go the same way as the first one. It was always the first fight is always the best fights, but in this fight, there's no way this fight's not going to be better than the first one, because Alvarado's going to come in a little bit hungrier and maybe more prepared and maybe with another different game plan. Brandon, we all know he's a fighter, he's the warrior, and he loves to fight, so this fight definitely going to be better than the first one.
It could be better, it could be more explosive, but it could also be fought differently from Alvarado's perspective. Do you feel that he will fight a different fight from what he fought in the first fight in Carson?
Oh, definitely. He's got to know that his only way, and the way he was being a little effective, was keeping Brandon on the outside. But can he do it for 12 rounds? Only if he had a football field, because not in a 20 by 20, not against Brandon Rios. He won't be able to do it. He's the only one that needs to make adjustments. We are just going to be in great shape. We got great sparring partners, and we're going to go out to do the same thing. If you ask Brandon, he's going to do it in 5 rounds this time. That's Brandon's mentality, which is really good. I like to hear that about Brandon. He's very positive and thinking that this time he's going to, he's going to take him out earlier. But he's training even harder than he did the first time. So, we're ready. We're going to be ready for 12 hard rounds.
Was there any hesitation on your part in regards to the rematch, saying that rematches usually aren't like the first one, and it gives the opponent, I guess, more ways to improve upon their prior performances? No,
well, we're not worried about Alvarado doing something different or even beating us. That's not even in our mind. We just knew that we had already, like Brandon says, why do I have to fight him again? I knocked him out. But Brandon says, okay, then if that's what they want, if that's what HBO wants, and that's what Bob Arum wants, it's going to cost him so much. And he got what he wanted. And Cameron Duncan did his job in getting his purse. And we got to do it again. If there's nothing else, we were hoping for bigger things, but things happen for a reason. Now we got to do the fight again against Alvarado, and we'll be ready for it.
Are you happy personally that the rematch is happening, or like you mentioned, because you guys, Brandon knocked him out, you were kind of hoping, like you said, for another fight?
Well, we were hoping for other fights, of course, but if this is what Bob Arum and what Cameron worked out, then we're happy with it. We know that we're going to be in great shape. People are excited about this fight. Fans are excited, and I know it's going to be a great night. And we're just going to do just another night in the ring. After this, who knows what's next? And it's going to be great things after this. So we just got to be very well prepared, and we got to take it fight at a fight.
I haven't heard much about the training camp, but you mentioned that Brandon's even working harder. But how's it been, and what's being done that's different from the other camp that you had?
Well, Brandon made a little adjustments when it comes to morning runs. Instead of just running long runs, we're doing a lot of sprints and stuff like that, which is helping out with his cardio, with his condition. But in training, Brandon always loves to spar and always likes to train. We spar three times a week, and he's doing 12 rounds, 12, 15 rounds every time he spars. So that's something that he always likes to do. So he's always in great shape. If it was up to him, he'd spar every day. We spar 3 times a week, because I make, that's my rule. If not, we'd spar every day if it was up to him.
How has Brandon gotten better since the last fight?
Well, he's more matured. He knows the importance of the fights now. He knows Arum, and everybody's talking about him. Him fighting Pacquiao, Marquez, those big names. So he knows the importance, and that makes a big difference. When you're young and you don't really think about opponents like that, well, then you just take it like a job. Now he knows it's his future. This, a fight against Pacquiao, a fight against Marquez is a fight that changes his whole life, not only for him, but his family, his kids. So it's those are fights, very, very important fights, and he's got to take them very seriously.
Do you feel at this point in his career that he should be a pay-per-view fighter? He shouldn't be fighting on HBO anymore, or any of the cable shows more or less be upgraded to pay-per-view?
No, well, HBO has been great to us. We love fighting under HBO, and only Top Rank and Cameron Duncan know what they're doing. I know that it won't be far from now, maybe 1 or 2 fights before Brandon already headlining on pay-per-view, but it takes fight by fight, and we are not in no rush. We know that Brandon will be a big attraction on pay-per-view, but maybe 1 or 2 more fights.